Wholesale to Million family? How are you guys doing? You guys, today I'm going to share with you guys a wholesale deal that I did back in the past. This got to be like a year and a half or 2 years ago. So I don't remember the exact number, but more importantly is I want to share with you guys the story, because I have so many of you guys ask, well, how is it to wholesale a deal, to do a wholesale deal if there's a realtor agent involved? So I'm going to share that with you guys today. So anyways, I'm going to wait until you guys come on. As you come on to the live stream, smash that thumbs up for me. Drop me a comment. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. I'm gonna give you a shout out. And when I shout out your name, smash that thumbs up for me. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm doing a Friday deal story every single Friday where I share with you a deal that we either closed in the past or we recently closed, and the whole goal to this is that hopefully you guys will be able to walk away with something from it. And that's pretty much why I do it, is so that way you guys can get some information or some nuggets from the stories when you run into similar situation. So anyways, you guys, also too is that if you guys want to follow me and the wife on Instagram, it's Khang. So it's Khang, it's in the descriptions, but it's at Khang, Khang.wtm, and I'm sure you guys know what that stands for. Wholesale to Million. Khang.wtm. Follow me on Instagram, or you can follow the wife. The link is in the descriptions. Let me see here. Rohan, what up? And Tita Hill, what up? Happy Friday. Cash Shung Property, what up? Thumbs up, you guys. Smash the thumbs up. Dean Williams, happy Friday. Let's get paid. That's right. Gonna go pick up a check today for 11.5. The Nation 30, what up? So anyways, you guys, for those of you who are going along, following my step-by-step how to do your first wholesale deal, make sure that if you haven't complete step number 1, don't jump on to step number 3. If you haven't complete step number 2, don't jump on 3 and 4. All right, make sure you follow this in order. And the reason why, you guys, like right now, you don't know how all the puzzle is going to be put together, because you don't know the process, right? So don't jump around. I do them step by step, day by day, for a reason. So you guys just need to follow and complete it, and then move on to the next one. All right, you guys? And hopefully I'm going to lead you guys from step 1 all the way to executing and close your first wholesale deal, and bring you guys onto the channel to share your stories and how you first close your wholesale deal. Hopefully my video helps you in some way, right? Or in some way. All right, you guys, upper level 10x to millions. That's right, man. Come on, you guys. We got 24 on and only 7 thumbs up. Smash those thumbs up, you guys. And for those of you who are in my private Facebook group, yesterday we did that live call with that seller. Typically, I would have ended that call like within probably like 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, once you start doing this for a while and you start talking to seller, you can pretty quickly determine this is going to be a deal or not going to be a deal, or maybe I just need to plant the seeds. Because obviously you can end the call politely, and you want to be nice, you want to be respectful, you want to be polite. So you can end the call, but you can plant the seeds. End the call, plant the seeds. That way the seller will call you back when they are ready to come down to your price, or ready or more motivated to sell at that time. All right. But yesterday the call went on like longer than I would, and I was late to the event. Brandon, just like the video. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Been in contact with listing agent and also to property owner. Did not get a deal, but still working hard to get one every day call, and I watch your video every day for hours while driving. Oh, dude, thanks, man. Anthony216, King Kong, what up? What if the seller asks, why can't you close sooner? Anthony, I don't know if you are a part of our private Facebook group or not, but for those of you who's on my who purchased my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, I want you guys' honest opinion, and because I get a lot of people comment and say, hey, Kong, I want to purchase the script, but I want to hear some testimonial. When people bought it, how it was, did they like it? Was it good, etc. Is it worth it? I think the answer is they want to know, is it worth it? So for those of you who purchased my King Kong Amazing Seller Script package, please share it. Just drop your honest opinion. No, it doesn't worth it. No, it's not. Whatever it is, I just want your honest opinion. Drop it in the comment. And the thing is, the script is one thing, but man, when you get onto the page, because you'll be able to get access to my private, you'll be able to get to my private Facebook group. That's when I kind of pull back things a little bit more and share with you guys even above and beyond of what the of what you're paying for it. All right, and remember, do not buy it, do not join the family, because once you join our Facebook group, I'm gonna hold you accountable, and if you get off by not meeting the 2 requirement, which is 1, close your first wholesale deal. 2, you're outgrown the group where there's no more value to you. That's when if you get off before you do that, I'm going to come in and I'm going to knock at your door and try to pull you back on. Anthony216, I bought Ty Lopez course before yours, and yours way better, way more info. Thanks, buddy. Big D, I love your IG page. You got some good dance move. Big D, that is pretty much for you guys' entertainment. That's pretty much for you guys' laugh. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I got some friends there, and they started to buy me some drinks, so I started drinking, and I didn't even know what the heck I was doing. The wife didn't even know, as you can see, the wife started walking away. She's like, I have nothing to do with this guy. Just bought your package. It's more than worth it. Thank you, bro. Beast Mo, worth it, 100%. Thank you. Kong needs your script. Please share the link. Upper level 10x Hector. The link is in the description. Go to www.wholesale2million, no S, wholesale2million.com, and you can purchase it there. It's $4.95, no refund, no exchange. Remember, buddy, do not buy it unless you are ready and you are committed, because I don't want you to waste your money, all right? But once you have made a decision, you're like, I'm going to go all the way. Trust me, when you know how to talk and negotiate with seller, taking deal, like converting these leads that comes in into deals, your ratio will be a lot higher than when you do not know what to say. Trust me. And the thing is, if you guys are going to follow my step-by-step, I do them step-by-step for a reason. And the next step, I'm going to share with you how all of these is going to come in, how all of these are going to come into like, to put in a puzzle. All right? So if you follow step by step, remember, do not skip around. Follow step by step and do it step by step. All right. So once you complete it, let me know. But the thing is, you guys, I mean, talking to seller, it's just so crucial. It's just so important. I mean, how are you going to close a transaction if you do not know how to communicate? And the thing is, you guys, I don't want you guys to get lucky, right? I don't want this to like, oh, I got lucky. Like, and what I mean by that is, you got lucky and you did a deal, and then 5 months later, you couldn't close any more deals. And the reason why is because you're waiting for that super motivated seller that whatever you say, they're just like, okay, you know what? The price is good. I'm ready to go. Right? So when you know how to communicate better, you're able to convert these leads a lot better. So that way you do not waste your marketing money. Trust me, man. Because I did that for 6 months, and I didn't know what the heck I was talking about. So I don't want you guys to get lucky. I want this to be a system, and I want this to be like You know, like you not, because I see people do a deal and then 5 months later they went dry because they're waiting for that super motivated, especially in today's market. Especially in today's market, man, the competition and things like that. If you don't know how to communicate and talk to seller, it's really hard to be able to sell your service to the right. Because they will be like, hey, I got other options and things like that. Get the deal, bro. Worth it to buy. Thank you so much. Anyways, you guys, let's get into the Friday deal stories. Let me turn on the car before and roll down the window real quick. Okay. So this deal here, like I'm sharing with you guys, I do not know the numbers. This has got to be like a year and a half or 2 years ago, but I get you guys this email and comment and saying, hey, Khang, how do I wholesale when there's a realtor involved? Who paid for the realtor? What's the cost, etc.? Okay. So this deal here came from one of this deal here came from one of our letters, right? From Yellow Letter came one of from our letters, and this guy is a young guy, but when I was talking over to him on the phone, I didn't know how young he was. After the deal has closed, then we went out and we met at Starbucks, and he was just the same age as I was. He was like in his mid-30s. So the reason why he's selling, because he inherited these property, or I'm sorry, he inherited these property from his parent like 6 or 7 years ago, and this is a duplex, and he kept this one as a rental. So he rent them out, and now he gets to the point where I guess financially he's in kind of a financial he's in kind of a financial situation where he needs to unload, get the cash, so he can pay off some stuff, because he's having some issue with his work. So he was telling me that originally priced, I think he wanted like in the mid-3. We're able to get him down to like 275. We're able to get him down to 275. And the thing is, you guys, when you know how to talk to seller and ask the right question, they're going to start knocking the price down for you before you even mention what you're going to offer to them. All right. So anyway, she came down to like 275. Anyway, we came down and agreed on 275. He's asking for like a mid-3. And at the time, he got both of the units, and it was currently, I guess he was getting about almost $2,000 in rent. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on each side. Each unit has a single car garage. It is a little bit it is in my area. Sorry, in my area, what he having it rent for is a little bit under rent. He could have got about an extra, I think there's room to get like an extra $100 or $200 in rent, rent increase. So he calls up, went through the whole thing, lock him up for 45 days closing, and lock him up for 45 days closing. And then I sent it out to all of my buyers, and all of my buyers came back on this deal, did not work for them for a fix and flip. So at the time, the seller said, hey, Khang, it only is going to need about maybe 10 or 15,000 on each side, up and paint and new carpet and things like that. So when I sent it out to the buyer said, hey, Khang, it's going to need more work than that, and the margin is not going to work for me to actually fix and flip this property because there's no margin in there for the fix and flipper. And so I came across this agent, and this is just my calling. How I came in contact with this agent was just I was just pretty much just calling some investor in the area. I was calling some investor in the area and calling some local agents, some local realtor in the area, and I said, hey, property here, you know, I just want to know if you work with any cash buyer. And this guy, this agent says, yes, I got some cash buyer in the area. What do you have? So I kind of share with him, well, this is what we have. We have a duplex. This is how much it needs. This is what it's currently getting in rent. And he said, hey, why don't you send me over the information? I'll send it out to my buyers and see if they're interested in or not. So after I hung up the call with that agent, I sent him all the info. I got on another phone call, got in contact with another I got in contact with another agent, and this agent's be like, hey, Khang, you know what? He was going to call me because he heard about my deal through another investor that I post in a group, in a private Facebook group that we have here locally. So now I got two agents, have two buyers. I set up the appointment all at the same time. And they said, hey, so one of the agents said, hey, all it is just going to be me and another, and one of my buyer. The other one said the same thing. So I set it up with the seller. Guess what happened? So I set up with the seller and I said, hey, you know what? We're going to have some partners. It's going to go and come and go out there, partners with our contractor, and they're going to go out there and they're going to look at the property and just to get some repair costs on what needed to be done to the property. And I said there's going to be like two different contractors that's going to be there. So I said there's going to be two group of party that's going to be there because we want to have a second set of eyes instead of just having one contractor looking at the property and giving us the cost. And we thought we'll do it all at once. Is that okay with you? I said there's going to be about 3 or 4 people that's going to be there. And the seller said, yep, that's not a problem. Well, when the sellers show, and then the seller called me, said, hey, Khang. So on the showing day, called me and said, hey, Khang, you said there were going to be 3 or 4, but there are like 5 or 6 of them here. Like, are all these people, are they with your company, or what is going on? I said, hold on a second. Let me check with one of my transactional coordinator and see if they mess up a schedule or something like that. So I call one of the buyers and I say, dude, I was like, man, what's going on? Like, how many people do you have there? And he said, hey, Khang, yeah, one of my buyers, his wife, he wants to bring his wife with and blah, blah, blah. So I called the seller back and I said, yeah, you know what? They're all with us. And I said, yeah, they're all are with us. The other one want to bring along one of his partners to take a look at it as well. So that way they can give us a better cost on what the property needed. So he brought on his apprentice or whatever, right? The seller said, okay, that's fine. And he said, hey, I left them alone. I'm just gonna go walk my dog. I left them alone. I left them alone to look at the property. And said, yeah, that's probably best. Just leave them. They're gonna go in there. They're gonna look at it, and then they should be done fairly quickly. So and before this, the agent said, well, Khang, my buyer, so before the showing, my buyer calls, one of the agent called and said, hey, Khang, my buyer did a drive-by. They really like it. If everything checks out on the inside, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. Like, could you hold this for me? And I said, sorry, man, it's a first come, first serve. You know how it works. It's first come, first serve. And the thing is, the seller does want this to get closed very quickly. So anyways, so that agent, so literally within like 15 minutes, I was meeting with another agent at another property. So at this time, I didn't really know how to do it virtually. I was meeting an agent, and then I got a phone call and he said, hey, Khang, my buyer is ready to go, right? My buyer is ready to go on this. But we need to be at like, for them, the cost is a little bit more. They need to be at like, 291 or something like that. So, we lock it down with 275. It ended up to be a $16,000, wholesale fee. So the buyer came back. They say, my buyer's ready to go. They're done. And, but we need to be like, I think they said 291 or something like that. So they're looking to get like a $9,000 discount. And he said, my buyer's going to keep this as a long-term rental. They're not going to fix and flip it because there's no room in there, but they want to keep this as a rental. There is more work in it than what you have put out as the number for rehab. So I said, well, you know what? I mean, let me check with the other buyer really quick because you guys are asking for a reduced discount, and I haven't heard back from the other buyers, and they want the deal bad, right? So I text the other buyer really quick. I said, hey, you know what? Are you guys ready to go? I mean, I got this buyer that say, hey, ready to go. And I do not tell the other agents how much the other buyer, I mean, obviously, you guys know, I do not tell the other buyers coming in at a lower price. I just said the other buyer said they're ready to go. I just want to know if you guys are ready to go or not. If you guys are not, then we're going to pull the trigger. And the other buyer said, well, you know what, Khang, can you give me like an hour or so? We just need to sit down and work the number. I said, I'm sorry, I can't make any promises. The other buyer's ready to go. I just need to chat with my partner really quick, and if she's ready to go, then we're gonna pull the trigger on this deal. So anyways, I got a verbal from the other buyer that they need an hour, so they just not ready to go, right? They got some numbers. You know what? My whole thing is you got to strike it when it's hot. A lot of times where you don't strike it, things, you know, people read things, like people change their mind quick, right? People change their mind. I said, you know what? We already make a good spread. Let's just pull the trigger and get it done. So we end up saying, hey, you know what? Not a problem. We're going to go with you, $291. You guys are going to close this thing in like 10 days. We have them drop like $10,000, non-refundable the next day. Because at that time, it was already after hour. It was already after hour. Chicago Title has already closed. And this time here, so the agent pretty much came back and said, hey, Khang, I got you a buyer. So what is my fee? And like I'm sharing with you guys, always ask the other person, whether it's a co-wholesaler or an agent, always ask them what do they want. The reason why you want to ask them is, one, you want to make sure, that the other party is happy, right? Because we're in this to create relationship. We're in this to do business for a long term. So you want the other party to be happy, and you want to give them a test and to see who you're working with. Are they fair? Are they reasonable? What type of person am I working with? Are they greedy? Or they want more? Or they want less? Like who are they? Right? So the thing is, to win the game is first to know yourself, but also to know your opponent. That's how you're gonna win. Know your opponent and know yourself. So he said, hey, Khang, you know what? I have, I actually worked with this buyer multiple times already. I have really good relationship with them. I really want to get them he said that my main point on this one is I just want to get them this deal because they want it bad, right? They want this deal. So I just want to help them to get them, to get this deal. So to me, whatever you think is fair, right? What you can give me, whatever you think is fair. And I said, you know what, man, we're in this for a long-term relationship. Would love to continue our relationship and work with you on future deals. And I want to make sure that you're happy, dude. I said, I want to make sure you're happy, man. So what amount do you think is fair, or you deserve, or you want for this deal? And I said, this is not like the last deal that we're going to work together. So just let me know, man. He said, well, Khang, you know what? If you give me like 2,000 on this deal, I'm happy, man. Dude, I was ready to pay like 5,000 or I was ready just to pay him 5, 7, whatever it is. But always ask. Never guess, right? Never predict. Yeah, never predict what the other person is gonna. Always ask. All right. And the thing is, you get a total of 3,000. And he was like, "Oh, dude, Khang, you didn't have to do that." I said, "Man, no, I want his car again." He said, "Khang, sorry, you guys. Sorry about for the cutout. I just need to start the car up." He said, "Khang, you didn't have to do that." I said, "I know, man. I didn't have to do it. But you know what? To me, relationship is more important. And you know what? Here's an extra $1,000 as a bonus, man. And like I said, this is not like the last deal. We're going to work together. We're going to work more." So, dude, the guy was like super happy. After that, we work on a couple more deals, and now we have like a really good relationship with each other. He said, "Hey, Khang, you know what, man? I've never expect you to cut me an extra check, man, because you guys got to understand, like a lot of people, majority of people don't do that. So when you do something like that, now you become in their book as extraordinary, right? You become like this guy that'd be like, dang, man, or this gal. But how we end up paying this agent is we pretty much what it is I pay him outside of escrow. So escrow will cut me a check for the 16,000. I cut him a check for 3,000, 2,000 that he wanted, and an extra $1,000. And at this time, I didn't know that you can do it inside of escrow. So all you need to do is, if you were to do it inside of escrow, then you just need to put, hey, assigner shall pay whatever their name is, this X amount out of the assignment fee. All right, so you can add that into your addendum on your assignment agreement, where you're gonna assign it over to the buyer. And that's how you work with a realtor, man. I mean, it's just like a realtor and agent is just like another co-wholesaler. When they bring it to you, does buyer have to pay agents something also? I don't know. So that is pretty much on the between the agents and the buyer. Whatever they end up working out. Maybe this buyer said, hey, you know what, man, if you help me get this deal, I'm gonna pay you some money. So that's between the buyer and the agents. All we worry about as a wholesaler is us and the agent. Whatever the agent wants, right? Because the seller obviously is not gonna pay the commission, right? Because our contract between us and the seller's not going to pay for the realtor fee, right? And that's already in our service. Hey, there's no realtor commission you have to pay. There's no closing costs you have to pay. So the seller is not going to pay the realtor commission. The person that's going to pay the realtor commission or the fee is you as a wholesaler. And whatever that amount is, you work out between you and the realtor. And if the buyer's going to pay the realtor something, I'm sure in cases where I know, and I work with tons of realtor, where their buyer pays them a fee to help them get that deal done. And a lot of times, it's always, and if they fix and flip the property, it's always on the back end, where they list the property back with that agent. All right, and that's where the motivation or the incentive comes in for that agents to help their buyer get this deal. All right, does that make sense, you guys? Am I still live? Because it seems like, man, we're dropping viewer quick. Ray, what up? Yep, never assume. You're cutting out. Okay, hold on a second. Am I back? Yeah, never assume what somebody wants because of your thoughts, right? So never assume, always ask. The best way is to ask. Jin, I hope that answered your question. Ben Moja, did you get the realtor list? I'm not sure what you mean. Everybody said yes, I'm good. You good? Okay. So anyways, you guys, any question on this deal? Khang, do you have a script that I can use for talking to a realtor? Mark, I don't have a script where you can talk to a realtor. So when you get on the phone with a realtor, you just need to know, am I talking to this realtor because I'm looking for a motivated seller? Which means, are you looking to get pocket listing from them? Are you getting them to send you deals? Or are you calling them because you're looking for a cash buyer, right? Are you looking for a cash buyer with them? Jinwoo, so the agent is happy with $3K for a $300K transaction? Yeah, man. Yep, the realtor was happy because the realtor did not want to lose this deal to somebody else, because he wants his buyer to stay happy, right? He wants to help his buyer stay happy because, his buyer said, hey, I really want this deal. So he wants to help his buyer close on this deal, and that's more important to him, is keep this good relationship with his buyer because he has done multiple deals with them, right? Mark Tucker, it's because we want the script. Yeah, I don't have any script with talking to realtor. My whole thing is sharing with you guys in the script, teaching you guys how to lock deal up under contract, off market deal directly with seller. All right. If you JV with someone, make sure you do it inside escrow. I read a JV got ripped off. Yep. I mean, everything now we do is inside escrow. It's just that this is 2-3 years ago. I did not know how to close a deal inside of escrow and things like that. So I had to go through, man, I made so much mistake and had to figure it out. Let me see here. Just a few more minutes, I'll be out of here. Ralph, man, I can't pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Ralphie, man, I wish I know how to pronounce your guys' name. Rafael. I'm sorry, man. What's the best website to use to get leads for virtual wholesaling? What's the best website? Well, we use Investor Carrot. Their platform is just super easy to use. Also too is for those of you who closed your first wholesale deal, drop me a comment and let me know. Would love to get you onto the show to share your stories and to share your first wholesale deal, how you did it, how you close on it. And the whole thing is to help inspire and motivate those that haven't done one, to let them know that this is possible and it's possible for any one of us to do it. All it takes is the determinations and the massive actions, the work that you have to put into it to get it done. You don't have to be a genius or smart. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a high school diploma. How many years do you have how many years do you have a wholesaler? I'm not sure. Man, I don't know. What's your questions? How many years? I guess you're asking how many years have I been wholesaling? So we've been in the whole real estate business for about 5.5. This October it will be 6 years. My first year was learning and tons of mistakes. But wholesaling, we have done it for about almost 2.5, 3 years now. Anyways, you guys, take care. Thank you so much for those of you guys that are able to join me live. I truly appreciate it. I love the family and the community. You guys, for those of you who haven't followed me on Instagram is just going to be a fun page where I just post pretty much whatever I like, right? So sometimes I post stuff about wholesaling. Sometimes I just post about just a bunch of stuff, man. Like post me dancing, robot dancing yesterday. Where are you going every day? Jin, man, every day, so what I do is I either go to Starbucks or I go to Starbucks, I go to Woods Coffee, go on there, work for about an hour and a half or so. Then what it is take the wife to go shopping. And trust me, man, dude, she shop like almost every day. Almost every day. But the thing is she shop really smart, right? She don't go and buy the she's not so much into the brand name stuff, but so she buys very conservatively. She waits until things goes on discount. She waits until things go on discount. She likes Forever 21. She like Forever 21. She likes where we here is Ross. They're pretty cheap stuff. But she buys a bunch of stuff, man. But like her, so let me share with you guys something before I get off here. So we have friends that don't even make they make like 50 or 60,000, even less than that a year, and they go and drop like $200 or $300 on a pants, $1,000, $2,000 on a purse. Dude, my wife, that's like her whole week of shopping. So even though she shop every day, but it add up to not even nearly close as to some people. So Mark, what's your Instagram? Bro, the Instagram, it's in the descriptions, but it's Khang.wtm. Khang.wtm. Khang dot, like a period, WTM, or you can follow my wife. She just takes, pretty much my wife, she does pretty much just a bunch of selfie. I'm in the car sales business, but soon will be all in Khang. Yeah, man, upper level 10X. Hector, if you have that salesmanship skills in you, bro, if you have that within you, dude, man, if you can stay focused on this business, dude, you're gonna crush it. Like you're gonna crush it, man. So I don't know how well you're doing in the car business, but obviously it's never better. It's always better to work for yourself instead of somebody else. But we all started somewhere. Wherever you are right now, wherever you bring home the bacon, whatever that is, just make sure you use your money wisely so you can dump it into marketing, and that's how you'll be able to get away from your job. Katrina, how long did it take you to do your first deal? Katrina, I probably pronounced your name wrong. Karnina. Man, so it took me 6 months to do my first deal, and it was a fix and flip. If you guys follow my channel, you know I start off fix and flip. Took me 6 months, and I made 6 months of mistake. Knowing what I know now, and the one thing that took me so long, Katrina, is because I did not know how to talk to seller. I did not know how to talk to seller. That's the reason why it took me so long to lock a deal up on the contract. And the thing, because I was taking massive action, I was cold calling everybody on Craigslist. You name it, the whole 50 states, I call them all. And it was good for practice, right? It gets me out of my comfort zone. But the thing is, we were spending out marketing. I was spending $500 to $1,000 every single month consistently sending out the marketing, and I couldn't lock anything on the contract. It's because when I'm on the phone with the seller, it was just horrible. And some of you guys, when I role play with you, man, you did way like 10 times better. And the thing is, man, if you have my script, dude, you're gonna like crush it. And so that's why it took me so long. And the thing is, I didn't even close my first deal directly with the seller. It was through an agent. And once I started to know, getting a little bit better, talking to seller, that's when I started closing deal directly with seller, because I can now convert these leads into actual deals, right? Like some of you, if you guys get a bunch of calls coming in, and if you cannot close them, if you cannot convert these leads into deals, after like 50 calls, 60 calls, if you cannot, you gotta look at yourself, man. You gotta check, like, you gotta check like what's going on, because if you do not know what's the problem, you cannot fix it. And at that time, I thought that I was okay talking to seller, right? I thought I was okay, but a lot of times you don't know what is best. Like, you don't know what's great. Like you think you're good, but you don't know what great is, because you never heard what great is, right? Because like you never heard someone else talk on the phone and how they crush it. So at that time, I thought I was okay, right? I thought I was cool. I know I need help, but I thought I was okay, until my mentor asked my wife, hey, has Khang, like, what's going on with him? Like, has he been picking up, like, has he been, have you guys been getting calls? And my wife said, yeah, we've been getting a lot of calls. Well, he said, well, why couldn't Khang, like, have you guys locked anything under contract? We're like, no. And he's like, well, there got to be a problem. Let me get on the phone with Khang. So we got on the phone, and he listened to the way that I talk, and he said, once we got off the phone, he said, Khang, dude, bro, like you're terrible. You sound shady, you sound scammy, and you sound like you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Nobody's gonna trust you to sign you the contract and to sell you their property. I mean, you're not talking about a $5 drink, you're not talking about a $100, you're not talking about a 20, a $5,000, $10,000. You're talking about, with people's property, $100,000, $200,000. And you sound like you don't even know what the heck you're talking about. And that's when my mentor's like, that's it, got on the phone, start training me, giving me some tips and tricks, some tips on what to say and things like that. That's when I start improving. And once I start getting better and listening to other, listen to other people's call, how they talk to seller, getting a little bit of piece here and there, and then combine them. And then once I start getting good at it, then I was able to convert these leads. Then at this time, I was like, man, I'm taking on so many calls and I'm all by myself, and I can't handle this. Like, I cannot scale up if I'm a one-man show, right? I can send out more marketing, but I cannot handle these calls. I was working, I was like taking just the call, the incoming calls, verifying if the seller is motivated to sell or not, like basically going through and see which one are motivated. That's going to take a lot of time. And that's when I decided, let's put this down on paper, what kind of question I asked, and then that's when we put it into a script. And then my wife trained up the VA, and that's when I know, oh wow, so it works. Like, anybody that's, all the VA, all the girls that we hire are in their like 20s. They sound sweet as heck, right? They sound sweet as heck. So they just follow my script, know nothing about real estate, and they're able to like lock you up on a contract. And then that's when I know, okay, this thing really, you know, so knowing how to talk to seller is just so crucial. So that's when I decided to share with you guys. And I have people in my area. I have like people in my area do not ever know about my script. So one time, oh my gosh, okay, I gotta head out pretty quick. But one time I have this agent call me up and said, "Hey, Khang, you know what? My daughters is wanting to get into real estate, and you know, could you meet for coffee?" And I'm a real, you know, so we're like not like super good friend, but we are friend. I said, no problem. Came out there, sat down with them. So they say, "Khang, so how do you talk to these sellers?" So I just start talking, right? Answering question. And he said, "Khang, would you be able to let us record this? Like, I'll pay for it." So I never share with anybody in my area. I have another investor that said, "Hey, Khang, I'll pay you like $5,000 just so you can put everything into the script so that way I can have my people talk like you." I said, "No way, man. Even if it's 10K, I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't sell it if I know you're in my area. Period." I mean, you know, so anyways, you guys, thank you so much, you guys. But remember, for those of you who purchase my package or my script, just make sure that you role play and get really comfortable with it, right? And once you get really good at it, trust me, you're gonna start to see how you're able to convert these leads into deals. Trust me, like you're gonna start seeing the difference. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for your time. I gotta go pick up the boss now. We gotta head out. And you guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And always remember, things don't happen overnight. It happens over time. So if you don't see, like if you're in a month or 2 month or 3 month, if you don't see the result yet, don't ever give up. Because the seeds that you are planting today, and if you give up, you're never able to see it grow. All right, you guys, take care, take massive actions, and keep on planting the seeds. That's right, JJ or Ray. Thank you so much, you guys. Take care. Have a good one.